Greetings, my Dragon Knights, Dragon Wars, and Dragon King. Like this Dragon Knight, Dragonborn, Dragon Sage. I think you get the memo. And as always, if you like this, don't forget to burn that like button, kindle the subscribe button, to join the family of Dragon Knights, Dragon Wars, and Dragon King. Like, comment, share, and ring that bell, which will help out. And here is my review of Monopoly of the SNES. That basically I already have done, and I have probably mostly, have done this before, and I think we all know how Monopoly is. Basically, having Monopoly of all what you can do, plus, as you've probably seen, buying properties and try to get, just to make sure your other person or computer, depending on how it is, because that's how I kind of do it, was doing it by myself. But, basically, you win. But let me tell you, the NPCs freaking cheat the system at times. Man, it's probably be better just to do. And of course, here's basically what the end of it, because mostly every time when I do it, I actually freaking lose. And that is basically how it shows at the end, or if one of the players actually do get a game over or goes bankruptcy. I think we all saw. And here is basically an auction version of the. I think you already kind of know how this kind of goes. You bid and you do so on. But here is the auction of that. Now I may have to mute it because I do the copyright. So here it is right about now. And the highest bid is just to screw over your own, opponent, is to make them spend even more money, which is basically obvious. Now, of course, that's just basically how it is. I think everybody else kind of knows, how to play Monopoly at this point and just try to win. And basically just how to, win the game. And of course, there's a lot of other versions of this game, like the SNES, I know the N64, and of course there's a lot of different board games on Monopoly. Basically a game just to make sure you can mess over anybody else just to win the game. And I have to say, somehow the computers are definitely more cheaters, because I think it's just how the AI is mostly in this game, and how much it can really mess you over. Even though you have a good chance, but somehow the AI can outsmart you. In my opinion, I think it's a little bit more fun and better just to have a better chance of playing with somebody more than playing with computers. So basically, here's basically the intro of Monopoly I am showing you right now. This is where basically you can put in how many players are going to play with you, and if I remember correctly, it's only up to 2 players of the original game. And of course, you had to put at least H for human, C for basically of computer. And this is where you basically put in your name. And here is basically what it looks like right about now, probably as most, how you can at least select a computer. Even through all this, this video you probably end up seeing right about now. But yeah, you can actually choose a computer, just play with you. So, and that is basically how that kind of looks. And I did forget to mention you can at least select your own basically piece of however you want to play. And I also know about the computer choose their own as well. So that's just basically another thing that you can basically happen. And also, you definitely may have a better chance, like I've been saying. I think you have a better chance now with the person. Now I am playing this on a emulator just to get the footage and stuff. And the graphics of this game, it's definitely kind of based down a bit, but due to the system's limitations, you can definitely mostly try to, you know, they did their best, and it just did feel pretty right. And I have played this game before, and I did forget to mention, as long as you have a Monopoly, you can build houses and hotels, which would you know, help you get more money. And my only tips I can definitely say is get electric and waterworks, and especially if you can, the railroad. That's going to be your best option right there. And if you definitely try to get most of the highest value ones, like Central Park and like Broad Park, or one of the dark blue spaces, which will help out a lot too. But the other side of the coin is too, these computers can definitely know what they're doing because of how programmed they are. And if there is a chance you can outsmart the AI, you probably will be a better chance to do. And if you don't have funds, you have to. And here's a little bit cool of a trading that I actually have done. And I know how much those and computers like to just to push. Just try to say. Now, of course, you can always remove it and try to see if you can get a settlement or something, but it usually never works, because even though if I want this, the computer always wants something more. And it's just like a ghost station. But other than that, the sound effects, I know due to the copyright, it's still very kind of worry downish some degree. But at least most of it's okay. But of course, there's, you know, like you can get a community chest depending on what that is. If you get, you know, get out of jail free card, you can. And here's what it kind of looks like when you can, you know, basically put down a house, which will help out mostly for your Monopoly. And depending on how much you have, and if you have all, you know, of Monopoly you can do that. So, but yeah. And most of all, it's okay game. Even with the graphics and how it is for like a 2D thing, it's alright. Just my gripe is, it's just I don't really like the computers. They just really like crank up the difficulty up so much. There is just like, you just, like I said, I know I've been repeating this, but it's just best if you have somebody just to play with instead. And it's okay, but it's just, the only other gripe I do have is to, maybe I'm just misremembering as well. I do wish there is like, okay, even though you have one property or two properties, you can at least put down your houses or even motels, because before you get into a hotel, you gotta build down and put down some houses first. So, and other than that, it's okay game, you know? It's definitely, in my opinion, a 7.8 out of 10 for me, mostly. But it's just, I do hate the AI. It just somehow just really cheats. I don't know if there's like a secret way you can turn down the difficulty of the computers or something like that. We'll definitely see. Even though I did get my own rating of it, I think it's still good. Now, if you're a completionist, you may have to be sitting here for probably maybe like 2 hours. And depending on how long you've been running this game too. Either a completionist or a casual. It really depends on how far you can really go. And if there's any chance, you can definitely get it either go ahead, basically get it over with like at least maybe like 5 minutes. Or if you're lucky, or if you want, you can keep this going overnight, because I actually do remember one time I actually had it overnight. But other than that, I'm going ahead and give this game my Dragon rating of overall. So I can definitely give Monopoly the SNES rating of, I will give the Monopoly NES version of Monopoly my Dragon rating of Fly It. that's basically my rating of this game. Well, basically my dragon rating of this game. And there's just a little bit more tips like I'm going ahead and say again. As usual, play with friends and eat. If you are smart enough to beat the AI, I think you probably have a better chance at this game. And it's definitely like a diamond, not diamond in the rough type style, but definitely a diamond in the sand, basically. That you can still find. It's still, good. It's still like a little bit rough on around the edges and stuff. So, but anyways, my Dragon Knight, Dragonborn, Dragonkin. This is Dragon Knight, Dragonborn, Dragon Sage, saying out. And as always, don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and share, which will help out a lot. I hope that you at least enjoy basically my review of Monopoly, the NES version. I'll definitely have probably some other reviews coming down the pipeline a little bit later. We'll see. So, as always, farewell for now. My Dragon Knights, Dragon Wars, Dragon Kid, and like. This is Dragon Knight, Dragonborn, Dragon Sage, signing out. Have a good one. My Dragon Knights, Dragon Wars, and Dragon Kid, and like. I hopefully that you enjoyed this review of Monopoly, the NES Monopoly.